welcome to another episode of Comix. Thanks for joining us. We are in episode 31, and real quick, just wanted to introduce to all the people that are going to be talking shit. My name is Luis.
I'm Ash.
This is Esteban.
Somewhere's Carmen.
Carmen is in there somewhere.
And I'm Andres.
You guys didn't hear me?
No.
Okay, I can now.
No.
It's coming in a little choppy.
You can't be using these fucking
Go ahead.
You can't be using these like Nair pads. You need AirPods. Off brand.
Ha! Ha! In the back of the crowd. And so at the start of
The wires going behind her neck.
I did my job trying to hide it.
we like to start the episode with highlighting a form of alcoholic beverage. So we talk about some nerd shit, and then we talk about whatever form of alcohol we're drinking, whether it's hard liquor, beer, whatever. And just hey, if you learn some nerd shit from us, great. Or if you listen about a new drink that you want to try out, also great. And Andres has the drink of the evening today. What do you have for us today, sir?
Today I am drinking a bottle of Fundamental Forces from Bottle Logic. It's my favorite brewery. And so this is Imperial Vanilla Stout. So it's aged in bourbon barrels. It's pretty strong. So if you notice anything at the end of the show, it's because I drank the full bottle of it, and it's a 17.7. So
Wow.
So it's gonna hit like a motherfucker. So there's our bottle.
Fantastic.
So if you think I'm lying, there's alcohol content for y'all.
Fantastic.
And Esteban is drinking Pepto, which should be great.
It's water, fool.
Wait, how does it taste? Not the water.
It tastes. So whenever it's a bourbon barrel stout, it does impart the alcoholic taste of the bourbon from whatever barrels you put it in. But this one is really vanilla-y, and it's like probably one of my favorite beers from my favorite brewery. So
one bottle and you're done?
Yeah, usually and so Carmen actually did me the favor of picking these bottles up for me. Thank you very much, Carmen, since she works near the brewery, and it is not too close to me, but it is very close to her. So the tip of the bottle to you, Carmen. Yeah, it's not easy to come by, especially this one. They have their brewery. This is like one of their like flagship beers. So usually when it comes out, they sell out of it really quick. So it's going to be a little difficult to grab, but
it's worth it.
Yeah, to me, yeah.
Hell yeah. We'll try that out.
Cheers.
The bourbon flavor?
Yes, it's very good bourbon flavor.
I haven't opened the one I got, so I don't know.
Oh, no, not yet. It's good.
No, not yet. No.
It's really vanilla, which I enjoy, and yeah. And you can see the color there.
Nice.
Fucking Christ. That shit's black. It's like coffee.
It's really good. Like it's no strong like alcohol finish. Like you could taste the alcohol at the end, but it isn't overwhelming. It's not like you're drinking rubbing alcohol or anything. It's really smooth. You get the vanilla. It's a great beer.
Nice. All right. Well, thank you so much for that, Andres. So we're moving along to what we're going to be talking through the agenda. Just touch on each item real quick before we dive into it. The Tomorrow War teaser, which is an Amazon Prime original film that's going to be going to it. The Quiet Place 2 trailer that's going to be coming out. Stranger Things 4 teaser. We'll be talking about that. Our reactions to Mortal Kombat. Talk around the room, see who has watched it. And then talking about the domestic box office numbers regarding movie theaters, if they're coming back or not. Amusement Park, George A. Romero film that's coming in June, exclusive to Shudder. Invincible, renewed for 2 more seasons. A new Disney Pixar film, Luca. I don't know the pronunciation of that.
Luca.
Yeah.
And then lastly, Falcon and Winter Soldier season finale discussion. We needed an extra week to let it marinate so that we can think about what we thought about it. So we'll get right into it. Let's talk about the Tomorrow War. Has anyone seen the trailer, and what do we think of it?
It seems interesting. It was a short, I think, like minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. It looks pretty cool. It's just another futuristic alien war movie. So
Yeah,
I mean, it's got Chris Pratt. So
it does have Chris Pratt, and Chris McKay. Chris
Mhm.
McKay is directing it, and he has directing credits mainly of Robot Chicken, Lego Movie, and Lego Batman. So from
it's gonna be
those,
perfect then.
like, and that's the part where I'm so like, you know what? Good on you, Chris McKay, for being like directing, starting with Robot Chicken, amazing show by the way,
Yeah.
and then graduating to something like this. That feels like a director that's doing what they want to be doing, you know?
So I did not see the trailer, and for most of the part, if you guys ask me about trailers, unless it's something like I'm ultra looking forward to, I try to stay away because not necessarily that it ruins it, but I do feel it takes something away, especially with all the trailers that have been coming out lately.
Mhm.
But that you piqued my interest saying that it was director from the Lego movie and the Lego Batman, because those movies were very well done and they're very surprising. I would not go out of my way to see them, but I saw them at home and I was like, blew me away. So I am looking forward to this now.
Dig it. Ash, did you see the trailer? Any thoughts on it?
I don't know the story, but when I did see the trailer, it kind of was almost the same thing as the Zack Snyder thing with Batista. What am I thinking?
Army of the Dead.
Yeah, but I don't know who they're fighting because maybe I don't know the story. But from the trailer, that's what I got. But director-wise, I feel like you start here. Like the director of The Crow, one of my favorite movie, or is my favorite movie. The director before that only directed music videos. But it just depends. Like whatever your thing is, you could. The Crow kind of almost looks like an hour and a half long music video, to be real. So, I mean, the success of what you do is just. I'm going left field, but
No, it's like
I could see.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah, I could see
give
where
somebody a chance, they can surprise you.
right. Just because you do Lego movie doesn't mean look the success of it. Like if it was like a Garfield movie and it sucked, then yeah, he's not going to get to do every other thing. But sometimes you do Hamlet to be able to do, or sometimes you do a Michael Bay film so that you could do Hamlet. That's how I meant that.
I mean,
Would hope so.
you're right. Like, what was his name? Neil Blumkamp.
Yeah.
He only had done like nature shit and documentaries, and then they signed him to do the Halo film, which ended up not happening, and then that evolved into doing Chappie, or initially District 9, Chappie, Elysium, and you can see Halo inspirations in those things, and just how much he brought that to life. And it's like, this dude only did nature shows and documentaries, and then came out to do this fucking phenomenal, like, introduction to this alien world that you believe is how we would treat aliens if they got it. Like, and it's to your point, Ash, like, you don't know until if you give them a shot, it could end up being your shit. Carmen, what did you think?
Can you? Yeah, you could hear me. I like the trailer. It totally gave me vibes of World War Z with Brad Pitt. Very much that. I like Chris Pratt as an actor because I liked him in the Parks and Rec, and I like that he has comedic timing. And so knowing that the director of Lego and Lego Batman is directing it kind of gives me, obviously there's going to be some comedic timing effect to it, which usually works out great in films, and knowing that he has the comedic timing. But I don't want to get excited because Oh my God, you guys were just talking about it. Chappie and
District 9.
District 9. Those were great movies. So if it's going to be similar to that, it has a lot to live up to in that kind of regard, and as far as like comparison of both of those. So I don't want to be comparing it, but I mean, I'm excited regardless. It looks good. It looks good.
Does it scare you, or does it make you nervous at all that it's a director that's only worked with animation and he's going to go to a live action? Do you think there would be a difficult transition? Again, Robot Chicken, Lego Movie, and Lego Batman. So how do you think he'd be able to translate that to live people?
Hope that he can, because I know that the comedic timing is something very different than to be able to direct actual actors into what the end product is going to be. So I hope that he can steer them in the right direction. Nervous? No, I'm not nervous for it. But the only thing that makes me nervous is the comparison to what is already established to what it could possibly be.
I dig it. Thank you.
I have a question. Does anybody have any, I don't know if hate's the right word, any residual bad feeling towards Chris Pratt because of what Star-Lord did in
Infinity War?
Not for that, but no. Do you still have a little resentment? Does it still hurt?
Yes, because it's his fault. Fuck him.
Yeah.
He did it for love, though.
Fuck
Did he though?
Star-Lord.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. The only thing that similar, I had like a little bit of a grudge with Chris Pratt when Disney fired James Gunn. And Batista publicly said, "I'm not coming back without him," and then he tried to rally the rest of the Guardians, and Chris Pratt immediately went neutral, which you can't hate the guy. That's the smartest move to do when Disney's sending you a paycheck. But like, just how I mean, but like, just the way that Batista did it, and he's like, "No, fuck you. Without James Gunn, I'm not coming back. I'm not doing any of it." Like, he was just so down for the director, and then how Chris Pratt just kind of backed. Like, I was just like, dude, like that hurt me a little bit. So if anything, that affected me more than the Star-Lord shit.
Batista tomorrow could go to WWE and be main eventing WrestleMania. Chris Pratt, still even now, is like, he's a leading man. He's trying to be like Tom Cruise level. You know what I mean? Like, you don't.
Yeah.
Look how many people that have made it to where he is and just the wrong step. And you're.
Yeah.
What's his name? Hugh Grant ruled the 90s, and then Hugh Grant's like almost like the dad of the main character now. You know what I mean? Like, it's just,
he's in a really great show on HBO.
I'm just saying he's not playing. He's not playing.
Drop the name, fool.
I forgot the name of it.
Son of a bitch.
I was waiting for it. I was like, wait, what show?
Sorry, keep talking.
You can't
I'll tell
say
you.
there's a show.
But you know what
I know.
The overall sentiment. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still want to be like Mel Gibson is a name that could still be a thing now.
Can he though?
I don't think so. I don't think he can. No.
I think so. Like look at John Travolta. Just the right movie.
Yeah, but John Travolta didn't say sugar tits to a fucking female officer when he was pulled over, and didn't say all kinds of anti-Semitic shit. So
That's true.
Hugh Grant did?
That's true. But Alec Baldwin did, and it was on a hit movie.
Mel Gibson.
Oh, Mel Gibson. No, the Hugh Grant show on HBO Max is called The Undoing. Chef's Kiss is fucking amazing. So great.
You could tell that because you had to look it up. You could tell how good it is.
Dude,
you having to look it up.
I saw it at the beginning of the pandemic. And
since we're doing recommendations, there's another show that's on Fox, but you can see it on HBO Max. That's called Prodigal Son.
Oh, that show's
fucking
good.
Fucking, I don't know his name, but Lucius is his dad from Underworld.
Prodigal Son.
Michael Sheen.
I'll put it.
Yeah, Michael Sheen.
Putting it in here.
That's why we have 5 hosts.
Dude,
you would really enjoy that show.
Wait, you all on board on this?
Dude,
Prodigal Son?
Prodigal Son is the shit.
Dude, I've been looking for something to watch. Where have you guys been? I just finished season 1 of Ray
I've been-
Donovan.
I've
Like
been a text
Really?
message away, my
Like that?
friend.
10 years ago. Like, and I have no one to talk to about it.
I in comparison, I just binged Fresh Off the Boat, and I have no one to talk to about it. Yeah, I know.
That is the struggles of streaming nowadays. And then now I'm on a kick with like 30 Rock, which I had never seen, and I'm like, this is a pretty fucking great show. Anyway, I digress.
Wait. 30 Rock. Tina Fey.
Tina
Yeah.
Fey's creative
Yes,
show. Yeah.
yes.
I'm
Love
like,
that
I'm watching
show.
it from like, I just started episode 1 of season 2.
I love
But like
that
every
fucking show.
episode, there's no throwaway show, no
Exactly.
throwaway episode. Every episode is funny. It's
Exactly.
like they're all good. Anyway,
Tangent.
thank you, everybody. So, and before we go on to the next topic, my bad. At the start of the episode, we like to read your comments and
Oh shit.
discuss saying so that this is your ability to be a part of the show. If we say something that you feel is incorrect, or you just disagree with us altogether, this is your opportunity for your voice to be heard and be a part of the show. So we encourage any type of feedback. And so the comments I'm about to read are from episode 30. But you can message us on Instagram, comment on the videos on YouTube, or under as a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. So without further ado, it's going to start with Comix favorite, Zach. In regards to this is on episode 30. Shit, yeah. Thank you so much for referencing it or referring me to Invincible. Just finished watching the season. Loved the show. So he's keeping. If for those of you who haven't watched Invincible, you are missing out. Beautiful animation, awesome voice cast, and great storyline altogether.
Which we'll talk about later, right?
Yes, we absolutely will. There's so much I want to talk about. And then the next one, again, top contender for the #1 position, heavyweight. Mortal Kombat. Kano made the movie for me. I enjoyed the fight scene between Scorpion and Sub-Zero. My opinion is that's what the previous movies were missing.
What?
We will talk about that a little bit more.
So angry.
I've had a week to kind of marinate Mortal Kombat, and I have a pretty strong opinion about it. But we will talk about it. So we're gonna hold you hostage, heavyweight. You have to listen to the whole thing.
The motherfucker's 6'7". We're not holding you hostage. You're good, bro.
Then we have Lisa Flames. Your content is awesome. Have you ever considered, or a viewer request, have you ever considered a gallery view? And I'm actually really glad you brought this up, Lisa. We were talking about by we, I mean Ash brought this up on multiple occasions. And so we are gonna do it as a test run for episode 32. And that's Ash is going to be hosting. He's going to do his games. And
Hey, did you guys get the license plate of the fucking bus that just hit me? Or no?
How's that a bad thing? I'm giving you credit. I'm giving you credit.
God.
God,
Okay,
I can't even be nice to this
all
guy.
about Ash.
He's like, oh, something that I've been talking about. Wait, hold on. Camera on me. Lights on me.
I like that the
Jesus.
camera's on you as you say that.
She's the one talking, fool.
It is called an imitation, good sir. Anyway, Lisa, so your prayers have been answered. Check out episode 32. And Ash works really hard on getting these games together to make it fun for you to play while you're listening. See if you guys get it. And if you do get it faster than we do, again, hit us in the comments. And then that is it for our comments. Thank you again for everybody that sends us messages. We appreciate you all. Prayer hands. God damn it. Okay. All right. So now let's. We're going to talk about the next topic we want to get into is Quiet Place. The Quiet Place 2 trailer that came out that revealed a little bit more about the storyline. I'm a little bit kind of like Andres in the sense that I don't like to necessarily watch too much of the trailers because I don't want to. I rather enjoy it, like experience it in the movie theater. But before we get into like full on what all that's about, I wanted to.
Can I ask a side question?
Yes, sir.
If the choices are for you to stream it or go to the movie, what do you think it's gonna take for you to either go to the movie or wait for it to come out at the theater?
Wait,
You know what I'm
what?
saying?
Wait,
Those
that's the same
last two
thing. Go to the
questions were the
movie or
same
wait
thing.
for it in theaters?
Sorry,
You meant go to
or-
the movie or wait for it in streaming.
Thank you.
Saying,
No,
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
sorry. Wait and not see it streaming, which could fuck you over on Instagram as they love to do. Or like say
I hear what you're saying.
In
It's
your
Uh,
and it's
hypothetical
hard.
world,
in Fading Infinity War Part 3, for no reason whatsoever, made up movie, comes out in a week at AMC, is released tomorrow on, is it HBO Max? Oh, Disney?
HBO, or if
Disney.
because
Disney
if it's
Plus.
on HBO Max and it's free, it's really hard to avoid free. But if it's on Disney and it's a $30 ticket, like a $30 fucking paywall to get through it, I'm more inclined to watch it in theaters because
It's cheaper.
yeah, and even if it's like 2 tickets, it will be slightly more. It's
Well,
at least like an event.
The question is more, what will it take for you to wait and not watch it there but in the theater? Like, is it a movie you'd be waiting for? Is it like personal to yourself, or the movie has to be?
it would be something that I'd want to experience on the big screen, and whether it's with a group of people or not, but in that setting.
Yeah.
I'm sure I mentioned this beforehand. I always enjoyed going to the theater experience.
Yeah.
So, and especially now with the restrictions on people getting the vaccine are up, and everyone who wants it is getting it.
It's more relaxed than it was a month ago.
Yeah.
I'm looking more forward to going into a movie theater.
One of the things that I absolutely agree. I mean, the movies that I would have gone but didn't is only because they were available on HBO Max. Like Kong versus Godzilla, would have loved to see that in theaters, which I didn't. I saw it in my living room. Same with Mortal Kombat. I would have loved to see that in theaters, but I didn't. I saw that in my living room too. Now, the only one is Raya the Dragon, the Last Dragon, whatever. Like, I haven't seen that because it's still $30, and I'm inclined to watch it in theaters because I have the AMC stubs or whatever to be able to watch 3 movies a week, which I haven't been utilizing nearly as much as I should. But one of the things, aside from the loud music and the big screen, one of the things I love the most about the movie theater is that it prohibits you from taking out your phone, either me or my partner. So that way I'm fucking focusing on this film and it has my sole attention versus if I just, go ahead, throw it on and I'm on my phone. I'll be like, wait, what happened? Wait, can you pause it? Like, and there's too much of that as opposed to when you're at the theater, both people have to stop, watch the film, and then you have that fun conversation on the drive home of what did you think? What about this part? What about that? And you lose that in your living room.
I don't know, it's like it's a ritual going to the theater. Like you get your popcorn, you get your drinks, you pick your seats unless you already pre-picked them.
Right.
You watch the trailers, you go into the show, you finish, and you walk out and you're like, so what'd you think? And then you like, I don't know, I miss that.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Or Esteban gets the tickets because he knows I'm going to be 10 minutes late, so then he holds 2 seats for me because he's amazing. Carmen, what would it take for you to a Star Wars movie?
Going to the movie theater. So I guess what was stopping me from going, even I could have watched Kong and Godzilla by work because Anaheim is pretty relaxed with their ruling. So, but really what was stopping me is just waiting for a lot of people to have their vaccine and just kind of being more comfortable and being in public and feeling, not that I don't feel safe, but just kind of like that safety feeling. You know what I mean? I love going to the movie. It doesn't matter what movie it is. I always will prefer to go to a movie theater. There are some movies, obviously, that you would prefer to watch at home because they're not like Raya and the Dragon or whatever from Disney. I would definitely have waited to see that at home rather than going to the movie theater to watch it. But I will always prefer to go to a movie theater to watch a movie just because it's like a nostalgic thing to do. And I genuinely like the experience of the seeds, the popcorn, the candy, or now the beer that you're gonna get. Like, it's the whole thing. I love it.
Right on. Well, actually, this shadows really well to my next topic that I was gonna talk about regarding Quiet Place. Quiet Place is making the stance of only being in theaters. So unlike a lot of these other things that it's simultaneous, where it's streaming and it's also in movie theaters. It's 100% in movie theaters May 28th. There's no streaming release planned or anything as of right now. And it's the first huge theater only release since Tenet. So Tenet did it. And then I think it was 2 months later that they started announcing it for being like the virtual ticket, whatever, the premiere access for to be shown. But for it, I think that's such a huge move for Paramount to do, to be like, this is going to be solely here. And it's actually set to go into theaters the same day as Cruella on the 28th. But Cruella simultaneously is going to be on the streaming service and in theaters.
Is it going to be the $30 to see Cruella, or is it
Yes,
going to be?
Yeah, Cruella's going to be $30.
See, and so then and there, yeah, and one of the things that, and I'm gonna throw it over to you, Esteban, because I'm curious for your opinion of this. But one of the things that I find fascinating about that is when Trolls World Tour came out at the start of the pandemic, they announced that they keep like 80% of the profits of the streaming, and so it was a critical success. Like, it was at a time where we had no form of entertainment. Everyone, everybody, I fucking bought it, but people rented that movie to say that they did something, and they just got these huge profit margin versus in theaters, they only keep like 40% because some of it goes to the theater, some of it goes to blah, blah, blah. And so, but they bank on ticket sales. So the idea that Paramount Plus is saying, we're not going to do that, we're going to do this exclusively in theaters to kind of, I don't know, I think they're kind of going the bigger picture to like kind of help everybody get back into the theaters. Maybe it's just about money. Maybe there's no honor in it. What do you think, Esteban?
When it comes down to that, I mean, you could be right. It could be Paramount's just saying, hey, you know what? We're starting to notice a trend that everyone's going to go get vaccinated, and this is going to be our first big film that we're going to go ahead and put on in theaters. I mean, if that's the case, good on them, but yeah, I remember the whole Trolls thing where it was, a big old drama that ended up taking place with Universal and AMC and shit like that. It was ridiculous. But yeah, I feel the same way. It depends on the movie. If I'm going to end up waiting to see it on DVD or stream it or whatever, or to actually go into the theaters to go watch it. Obviously the bigger ticketed items, Marvel stuff, Star Wars, obviously that's going to be a theater thing, but stuff like Raya the Last Dragon, kind of, I mean, I can wait for it, it's not a big deal. What I have noticed is the way Disney decides to do their premium stuff, their premium access, and you guys, and I noticed this, is that if it's a Pixar exclusive,
Okay. No, I know what you're saying. Sorry.
How do you know what he's saying? He's not finished saying it yet.
No. I know what he's saying.
He wanted to be featured. It's his time to speak.
No,
he wanted to speak.
In Toy Story 2, they do an exclusive for like Ice Age part. I know what you're saying. Sorry, my bad.
No, what I was saying is that Disney, what they'll do, what they've been doing is that, like, for if it's like a Disney / Pixar film like Raya the Last Dragon, they're going to go ahead. Disney's going to say, you know what, we're going to do theaters and the $30, premiere. If it's a strictly Pixar thing like Luca, they're going to go ahead and release it for free, like they did with Soul. Soul was released for free.
It's going to be free?
Luca's going to be free.
Yeah, it's going to stream.
Yeah, and that's what I've noticed, is that it's like Disney's kind of banking on their own stuff, but if it's like a Disney and Pixar, you got Raya the Last Dragon, and then, you got to pay the $30 for it. But if it's like a solely Pixar property, it's like Disney presents a Pixar film, they're giving that stuff away for free.
On that, how much fucking money do you need, Disney? motherfuckers. Like, honestly,
That's
I love you. You have Star Wars. I love you. You have Marvel. I'm I love my youth. I grew up watching Disney's
mhm.
growing up. I feel ultra nostalgic when I go to the parks. I'll pay your fucking $50 a park. I'll pay your fucking $50 to eat. How much more money do you fucking
Yeah.
need? Honestly, you're
That
gonna charge $30 to see a movie at home during a pandemic. Like we paid it for Mulan. I understand it was a live action. It was
mm,
sentimental watching the movie growing up. We wanted to see what it was, but fuck you, man. Like,
no, for sure.
when is enough?
Yeah. So that's the one thing that I'm just kind of like, well, that's kind of fucked up for them to do stuff like that, you know. And to Andres's point, yeah, that's absolutely correct. We're gonna go to the parks. We're gonna pay the $50 parking fee. We're gonna pay the $150 ticket price. We're gonna pay the $18 for a churro. We're gonna pay, you know, the $8 for a small drink. We're gonna do all that stuff. You know, they're gonna get our money hand over fist every day of the week when we go, you know. But that's the thing, it's like, if it's something, and I think that's why what gets me upset is the whole Black Widow thing, why they kept pushing it back and pushing it back and pushing it back. And, you know, it's just like, and then they finally end up deciding, oh, well, we're going to go ahead and do the premium as well as the movie theater. Like, fuck you guys. Like, seriously, like, you guys could have put this, you could have catapulted Wonder Woman, or I'm sorry, you could have catapulted Black Widow to the same tier as Wonder Woman, you know, but you guys decided not to, because you guys decided to wait and wait and wait, you know, for the quote unquote right time to go ahead and drop her film. The only thing that I see that it did is that it ended up hurting her, the story. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That's what it ended up doing. It just ended up hurting the story, because yes, this is a film that is supposed to be set in between Civil War, or I'm sorry, Infinity War, you know, and yeah, Civil War and Infinity War, you know. So it's just kind of like, now people are going to start, then the whole speculations is going to end up happening again, because I guess a lot of people didn't know that Iron Man's supposed to be in Black Widow. You know, everyone's going to start flipping out, you know, that he's in it, and they're like, oh my god, they're bringing him back and blah blah blah, this and that. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's
I had no idea he was
How badass would it have been to finish off Scarlet Witch on our week off? Finish off Scarlet Witch, release fucking Black Widow, and then into, even though they have nothing to do with anything, that could have been like
the end
we're
credit.
already going through with not having anything Marvel for 1 week.
That would be like Disney flexing on everybody and be like, look, bitch, here's a TV show that everyone's watching. Here's a movie that everyone's going to watch into another fucking TV show. See, that's how you
right into
not fucking rent every single dollar bill from your fans.
Absolutely.
That would have been dope, because we've already been like, oh wait, because even in our talks, we're already like, okay, so they're gonna do this, and then they're gonna give us a week, and then they're gonna give us Winter Soldier, or Falcon and Winter Soldier, or they're gonna do this, and then they're gonna give us 3 weeks and give us Loki, or they're gonna do this. But in those weeks, why not capitalize? Because we're already about what you just gave us. Even though it doesn't fit in the timeline, we're still gonna, that would have been awesome. Should I work for Disney and Marvel? Yes.
They're gonna hire you? No.
You're absolutely right.
Well, on the topic of movie theaters, like, I don't know, do we think that it's going to be making a comeback sooner than later? I mean, Mortal Kombat opening weekend debuted at 23 million opening weekend, and it got the top spot.
Happy with that.
Now, that's theater? That's the 23 million is theater. That's not
theater.
Streaming.
That's not even that's not streaming. So 23 million. Now, granted, we're in a world where that would be considered a flop in normal standards.
Yeah,
right?
Of course. Yeah.
But in this case, like, that's a strong opening.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for in pandemic, it's a strong opening, and it's on streaming, like we mentioned. And then at a very close number 2, Demon Slayer at 21 million, which is an anime that released simultaneously.
Cool.
But yeah, I I think it's interesting that we're seeing these numbers climb up from before. Like nobody was going to the theater. It was a fucking ghost town, and like now we're numbers.
So between those two movies, there was only 2 million different from a very popular movie to an anime that I've never heard of that I probably will love in like 3 years because I'm that late to everything. But
it's a very popular anime. It's like the anime right now. But you have a very good point. Like in normal box office standards, like the off the wall like thing that no one's heard of will never even come close to the number one spot. But why is this at the number one? Yeah, it's not where we want it to be, but it's a good trend. Is all I'm saying.
I'm making Carmen drink. That's how bad I'm doing.
Now, I did go to the movies over the weekend, and I did see something that I wanted to give you guys a recommendation of. It's a very cute film. It's called Close. It's called Together Together, and it's the comedy starring Ed Helms, the dude from Hangover, and
that was on Peacock too, right?
No, there's a show on Peacock that he's on, but that's not it.
Sorry.
So Together Together, it's about him, Ed Helms. He's in his 40s and he's single, but he's in a point in his life where he wants a kid, and so he decides to get a surrogate, and like the surrogate is pregnant, but because he doesn't have a partner to like experience that excitement with, he ends up hanging out with that surrogate a lot to like, oh, so what are you feeling now? Like, are you hungry or whatever? And but his goal is just to be a single dad. Like,
right.
And it's a very like touching. It's like one of those feel good movies, but it's very cutesy. It's very much like one of those like Sundance Festival like type movies.
Right on. Indie film.
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't think of the word. It's definitely an indie film. Like it's very artsy. Like you can tell by the music that they use and stuff like that. But like it's been a week since I've seen it, and I still have the good feeling about it. So I strongly recommend, if you guys are looking for an excuse to go out to the theaters and you don't want to see Mortal Kombat, Together, very cute film.
How since you spoke of going to the theater, how is the experience different now than pre-COVID? Obviously, there was less people in the theater, and they're, I'm sure, limiting the seats, even if that wasn't like like people wanting to go.
Yeah, I like that when you book the theater or when you book your seat, the 2 seats to the right and the 2 seats to the left of you are blacked out so that nobody can sit there. The only thing I had a problem, I didn't get it this time around, but at the very start of it, that people would go into the theater, they wouldn't wear their mask, and you're supposed to wear it the whole time when you're in the theater. And they would just sit there, and I'm a stickler for rules. So when I see that shit, I get all fired up. It's like, I should just pay attention to the movie, but like, I couldn't help myself. But now,
not wearing a goddamn mask.
Follow the rules. Like, yeah, I'm that dude. And so
no, we all are. As far as this room, I feel like we all are. That's why we're asking. Like
just follow the rules. Like if this place says, "Hey, we're a place of business, and we need you to,"
they have the fucking guys with the flashlight. Do you have a ticket? Like, yeah, bro, it's not a fucking train. I have my ticket. Like,
yeah,
just, you know what I mean? Like, walk the aisles.
Yeah. But my point was, there's less of that. There's less of that.
Oh, garments talking shit. No, there's people that fucking, especially like if we go see Marvel the week of, there are people that walk the aisles that are with their little flashlights. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You have 12 people in the fucking theater.
To be fair,
you have enough people.
To be fair, when I was a kid, I would stay in the movie theater.
Of course you would.
After I finished the movie, play some arcades, and then walk in with the crowd.
Dude, the $3 theater, I'm there all day. I'm good. I saw it.
We do that in Montebello on the AMC.
Yes, we do.
Fuck yeah, good times. But yeah, so
Luis is like, I'm on the second topic.
No. This is good.
Guys, I gotta move on.
This is a podcast. We're supposed to have a conversation.
Agenda.
I do keep
I have
looking
to follow
at it.
the rules.
I'm like, okay.
What can I cut? What can I cut?
But no, to answer your question, Andres, yeah, it feels like it's a much more calm experience. People are finally like getting with the program, or at least it feels that way. So I encourage everybody to go.
Everybody got that. They got what they're getting with the program. Nobody's wearing the mask. That's what you just said.
No. I'm saying my first experience. That's what it was. It was people.
You should have
I'm
threw
sorry.
your like.
I should have been
fucking
paying attention.
Your massive Coke, like 64-ounce Coke they sell you, and hit them, being like, "Fucking bitches, this is why it took so long. You're the reason why we're in the mess we're in."
That's the one thing that I still don't understand. It's like there's a line of people that are trying to get popcorn. Why does it take 5 minutes for one person to get pop? Like it's right there, just scoop it. Like I never understood.
Minutes to
Because they have to ask if it's on your AMC card, and they have to ask if you're this and that.
But it shouldn't take that long.
The freshly popped popcorn. I worked at a movie theater, and I've got sodas thrown at me because they wanted the fucking fresh popcorn. And if you didn't give them the fresh popcorn, they would be so pissed. One, they're like, "Oh, you're making me miss my movie." Bitch, I didn't ask you to come for the refill. Okay.
Yeah, I'd have been like, "Hey, motherfucker!
First of all,
I didn't fucking ask you to fucking come get my You're missing your own."
Exactly.
Oh my god!
Trust me, I seriously got a soda thrown at me because the lady would, and this was during Dark Night. Okay, first of all, it was crazy because all theaters were full, and I understand everybody wants to watch the movie. I get it, and the lines were ridiculous. 100%. Understand the frustration, but if you're gonna get out of your movie to come get a refill, you cannot blame the people that are working. There's a line. Also, if you want fresh popcorn, that's your fucking fault.
She wanted fresh popcorn on the refill?
Yes, she wanted fresh popcorn on the refill, like stat, because she didn't want to miss her movie. And I was like, hello, do you see the line over here? And just because I was like, ma'am, I will get you your popcorn. Tell me where you're sitting. I'll take it to you. And then she just threw the soda at me. I was like, first of all, I do not get paid enough money to deal with this whole thing. Okay? So
after you went, I'd have killed the motherfucker. Fuck you. Your $5 an hour job ain't good enough for me not to kill a motherfucker.
Okay, I gotta ask this question. It's gonna sound mean, but I don't intend it to. Why does it take so long to get the popcorn and the soda? Like, I swear, if there's 3 people in front of me, it's gonna take 10 minutes. Like, is it because is that a common request? They ask for fresh popcorn?
No.
Fresh popcorn, and it's kind of like, I don't know if you had the experience of listening to somebody going to Starbucks and then ordering a drink where they're like, 3 pumps of this and like the latte, but then I want it like stirred instead of shaken. It's like,
they give you shit like that?
Yeah, no, people would be like, okay, I want the fresh popcorn, and then can you layer it with the butter, and then can you put more of the popcorn, and then put jalapenos on it, and then put more of the popcorn.
I know somebody like that.
What the fuck is happening here?
Can I ask you a question? Have you ever gotten asked to put butter on only half of it? That's her saying yes, but you have my microphone this week. That's what it is.
Yeah, it cuts in and out sometimes. So she said yes.
Oh. Yes, I did.
Okay. Oh my God, thank you so much for speaking up, because this whole time I've blamed the workers. Now I'm realizing that it's been the customers. It's the customer's fault.
It's always the customer. Hey,
come on, man.
It could be the workers, just because we're tired of the requests that we get, because they're outrageous. You know, like somebody would be like, can you put the M&Ms on my popcorn, but my boyfriend wants jalapenos on his popcorn, so can you like split it? And it's like, but you don't want me to put it in a box, but you have the bucket, so how do you want me to do that? It's crazy. People are crazy.
Let me ask you this, and I think I know the answer to it. I just want to hear it from you, because you're getting very fired up with this, so I want to keep it going.
Fire it up.
Crow reference.
How mad do you get if somebody, when they're waiting for 10 minutes in line, and so when they finally get to you, they don't know what to order? Like, does that happen a lot?
That's what the fuck I was gonna ask.
All there is popcorn, soda, and maybe a fucking pretzel, and they're like, I'm assuming that must have happened a lot.
Not to mention now, like you see everything you can order. Oh, you fucking.
Do you have steak? Do you see fucking steak?
Nachos.
Is
Rare,
that,
please.
I could get the large popcorn combo, but with the small soda and still get the same price. I'm like, okay, first of all, if you do the math on the combos, you are not saving any money, okay? It's literally they just are packaged together. So let's think about it. Let's think it through, okay? 1, 2, 3. Come on.
You're still gonna leave it in the
And so
theater
they
for
try
other
to,
people to pick up.
So they're trying to like haggle with you. They're like, all right, I see the large popcorn. I'm gonna raise you a small Coke.
How much for one rib?
I'm gonna give you $10 for that. Sir, it's $8. I'll give you 10. I'm like, God damn it.
Candy that it comes with, can I like switch it for this other candy? Oh, okay. No? Okay. Maybe I don't want the candy.
But there's also verbiage that you have to say, like, but for like $2 more, you can get a Skittle. Like, there's also stupid verbiage that the corporate office wants you to say. Yeah, for sure, with your out mic. And I'm the one making fun of the mic because it's not me today.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
No, for sure.
I am so happy. I'm so happy that you spoke up on working at a movie theater. You have changed my whole perspective.
For future reference, I'm sorry for inserting myself. It's never your fucking customer service, food industry worker that's at fault. It's always the dickhead customers. They're always busting their ass for whatever fucking money they get, which isn't enough because they work on tips. So the fucking company they work for pays them shit. And some dickhead customer who thinks they fucking entitled to the world treats them like shit, doesn't leave a tip. So have some goddamn human decency, treat people with respect. Understand that if it's a busy ass fucking restaurant, that they can't fucking give you your second, third, fourth fucking refill and you're taking advantage because the shit's fucking free. Just be a decent fucking human being and stop being an entitled fuck.
You're right some of the times though.
All of the time. If have one time that you have a bad server, then fine. Don't be a dick. Say don't leave a tip. You don't have to cause a scene. Don't leave a tip. If you have that awful a server, just remember that they're making less than fucking $10 an hour because they work on tips. So if they're that bad, don't leave them that tip and you're good to go.
Well, I don't have the heart to do that either, though. Like, I'll leave them a tip. It just won't be what the percentage is.
Are we? Wait. Before we get into this, are we supposed to tip movie theater people? Because
no, he's just talking about in general.
He's saying in general. No,
and I've been doing that shit at all.
And my whole point was that it's and it's not. They're not necessarily saints because sometimes somebody that does work at we'll just talk. We're talking food industry right now. If let's say the customer before me was a piece of shit, and then they're just like, I'm just gonna be a dickhead for the rest of the day, and it's like, motherfucker, I didn't do anything to you. Why are you being an asshole to me? Like, that's all I'm saying. So
they work on tips. So if you get somebody like that's that bad at their job because they know their attitude is going to affect what they get at the end, then you could go ahead and you have something to come back to them. So you'd be like, all right,
if we're talking tips, if we're talking movie theater, though, I ain't got no fucking recourse. I just need to fucking take my wounds.
No, there is.
I'm gonna go see my movie.
Too, like, there's times I fucking swear to God, we've all done this. We're in the line and it's like, they're ringing us up and it's like, hit the green button. But I can't do the hit. Okay, so hit the 7 and the 5 and then hit the green button. But I'm trying to, and then I'm sorry, he's training today. Like, we've all been that person, and
of course.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, and I've been that person that's either been training or have been trained. Never say that again. But you know what I mean? Like,
in your case, Luis,
that's different though. I'm nice to that guy.
So you go into a theater and it is
but there's people that are not.
And it is Infinity War. You're at Endgame, and there is theater upon theater upon theater sold out, and whoever you're ordering a popcorn from somebody, and they're a little short with you. Do you understand that you're like the fucking 400th person they see?
Oh, 100%.
servants.
100%.
Yeah.
Suck it up and deal with it.
No, but we're not talking about endgame. We're not talking about like a crazy thing. Like sometimes you
that's
just need pieces
understandable.
of
If you
shit
have
out
a
in the world.
dick, then fuck you. Don't have a
No, and
customer
that's
service
my
job.
point.
But
Just the way that
We
you're
talked
saying
about
it, you're
Dark
just
Knight.
like,
Dark Knight is Endgame. Dark Knight.
no,
is
I
Endgame.
know. I'm just Andres was saying like, oh, it's never the customer's fault. It's always this poor and poor. I'm like, no,
No,
I've
it's
met some
always the
assholes.
customer's
No,
fault.
it's
Oh, I'm
always the
sorry, that's what you
customer's
said.
fault.
It's always the
always
customer's
the
fault,
customer's
and
fault.
it's never the worker. And I'm like, that's not necessarily true because I've met plenty of
If
pieces
I'm
of
in
shit,
line and some
which I
asshole in
keep
front
my
of me,
mouth shut though. Like if they're an asshole to me, I just take it. I'm like,
if I'm in
gonna go
line
get
and
the
some
proper-
asshole in front of me is like fucking having special requests when he sees like there's 30 people behind him, I'm like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're like, get the fuck out of the way. You know that there's. Stop being a fucking
Wait,
dick.
you've actually said this?
No, of course not.
Oh,
keep it to
I was
myself.
like, dude,
Because
I
have human
fantasize
decency.
that. Those are the fantasies I have. Like I always
I
play the
don't-
argument in my head on how I'm gonna tell them off.
I
I've never
see the
done
people
it.
behind
I
me.
thought
If
I
they
was
didn't
gonna be
give me
like, you're my
something,
hero.
if they see like somebody, if I see that there's a shit ton of people behind me and they fucked up my order, I'd be like, oh well, this is what I'm having today. Fuck it.
Yes.
100%.
I'm not gonna fuck
Same.
everybody
100%.
else because they messed up. It fucking happens. There's a
Like
bunch of
if I
fucking
go
people.
up and all I wanted was a pretzel and they're like, oh, it's gonna take 5 minutes for the pretzel. I'm like, I guess I don't
And
need it. Like,
I'm not waiting for that pretzel.
I'm like, what do
gonna
we
get
have
something
available?
else.
They're like, we have 3-day-old jalapeno poppers. I'm like, give me them.
They
shits.
would not sell 3-day-old jalapeno poppers, but if they have like,
Permission for another tangent.
We're already on one. Just go.
Okay, so there is that meme of Triple H and Stephanie where it was like, babe, I didn't ask for onions. And Steph in the meme, like Stephanie's going up and she's gonna sit like there's times where you want that outspoken person to be the outspoken person because you know you're not going to. Like he just said, like there's no way. I've been fuck, I didn't ask for onions. I'll just take them out. But
Pick 'em out.
there's people
Fuck
that
it.
are like, nah, fuck that. And then on top of that, your shit is comped and you're comped the next time you come. Nope, never came
I
out
have
again.
if you're on that, I have a friend who's a very, very close friend that is a extremely picky eater. So there was one time and we went to eat at a piece of shit chain restaurant. I'm not gonna name the name specifically.
Sponsored by.
He ordered his food and he specifically says, I want just the meat, the cheese, nothing else. No sauce. No fucking pickles, no nothing. He said plain. He made it clear. He always does this. We ordered our food like normal adult human beings with adult taste buds who could fucking eat normal food. They bring his food, and there was pickles in it. And he said, the waitress came back, and me and the person I was with were laughing awkwardly because we knew what was coming.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm not gonna eat this, and the girls and we were laughing awkwardly, and he's is he being serious? And we're like, oh yeah, he's being serious. And she's like, oh, do you want me to bring something else? He's like, no, I'm done. And he's like, are you sure we could make something for you from scratch? He's like, no, I am done. I'm not gonna eat here if you can't get it right the first time. And like, there's people like it's not her fault. Like,
Yeah.
sent the shit back. But she's got to deal with that awkward shit. So,
It's hardcore.
I've been in places where I get the wrong meal and I fucking eat it. I'm not allergic to shit.
Yeah.
You fucked up. It's okay. I'm not gonna make.
That's
it's that other person that's like, you didn't say no onions, and then you go up and like, now I want chicken fingers for my kid. Now I want like, there's people that you know what I'm saying, that it's just not.
I know that's how my dad always raised me. He's like, whatever there is to eat, there is to eat. Like, so it was like the complete opposite for me. It's like,
that's how I grew up on fucking fideo every day of my life. I had hamburger and fideo. I had fucking tacos fideo, which kind of makes sense. But then it would be like, fucking, you have sushi and fideo. That does not make sense, Grandma. I'm going through shit.
Okay, but
It's good right about now.
What? So, I mean, I've worked in the food industry. I've worked in customer service for a shit ton of my years. So I'm right there, with you guys. It's like, just be a decent human being. Don't fuck with the people that handle your food. Don't fuck with the people that handle your money. Don't do shit like that. Just, Hey, they fucked up my order. All right, cool. I'm not allergic to anything as far as food goes. Fuck it, whatever. I'll eat it. I'm not gonna bitch. I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna do. You know what? I get it. You guys are busy. It fucking took me an hour and a half to get to sit down or whatever. And it's the same thing for the movies. I mean, if going into the movie theater for me, knowing that it's going to be an Infinity War, an Endgame, a Dark Knight type of level of movie, I'm going in prepared. So I will go out of my way and I will eat beforehand. I will have
Yes.
whatever I have, in order to keep me sustained for the next 2.5 hours, 3.5 hours, whatever. I am not getting up from my seat. So for those people that get up and say, oh, I'm gonna go get my free refill of popcorn, fuck those guys. Like, for real, like, you came,
That's a
you
lot of
drove,
popcorn.
I don't give a shit.
No, I mean that's a lot of popcorn. Like, what are you doing with that much popcorn? That's my point.
No, I get it, but it's just one of those things. It's just like, if you know for a fact it's one of those type level movies that you're gonna go see,
Yeah,
be prepared. Like, we've all done the midnight showing, we've all done the 7 o'clock
Yeah!
showing, we've all done that. So be fucking prepared. That's all it is. Is just be prepared. Don't be an asshole. That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Question in the back.
Have you ever gone the way that you handle things? Have you ever gone to a movie where they don't handle things the way you do? And like, babe, can you give me more popcorn? And you're like, this is my movie. Not been like that, but in your head, like,
Yeah.
Fuck, do I cause a fight? Because it's like fucking Brandon Lee came back to life for 5 minutes into the scene, or did a movie came out with Brandon Lee fucking 30 years later? Like, and I want to see this. You know what I mean? Like, something came out.
Yeah.
And she's like, fuck, I just have to be here. Get me more popcorn, but with butter, with jalapenos on and then gummy bears on this side, and then also don't do the popcorn trick where your dick comes through. Like you're asking for a lot.
I was once a part of that. It was so, and not the dick popcorn thing, but
I told you, I have already apologized 8 times for that.
It was before a movie, and it was at Wendy's, and actually Carmen might know something similar to this. I'm assuming it probably happened with popcorn. Did anybody ask for unbuttered popcorn and then ask to put butter on it so that they got fresh popcorn? Was that ever a thing?
Oh, that face!
Yes.
See, that's the face that we should have got on tape.
No.
Perfect.
Not only that, then there's the people that are like, can I have a burger, but no, not a burger. Can I have a cheeseburger with no cheese? Also, do you want a hamburger? No, I would like a cheeseburger but with no cheese.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just okay. So you want a number 1 combo? No, that's because it's a hamburger and I want a cheeseburger. I just don't want the cheese on it. It's that mentality. It's that mentality. Yeah.
Once.
Oh, by the way,
I would like to circle back to what Andres was saying earlier about going to a restaurant, and if you're a picky eater, trust me, I have my experience with picky eaters a lot. I was a waitress, I was a server, I have worked at the theater industry, I've been in the service industry food-wise, so I've heard every story, no matter what, whether you do or you don't, and you are just a picky eater and you don't like certain things in your food, just say that you have an allergy. Because as soon as you drop the word allergy, the restaurant is obligated to cater to that need. It has to use special requirements to do that. So if let's say that you don't like onions for whatever reason, right? The sauce, whatever plate that you order has onions, I have to come and tell you. And there's a lot of people that don't know that certain ingredients of their items have the thing that they don't like, but they have eaten it for years. And then once you tell them, oh, but that sauce has that ingredient, they're like, nobody's ever told me. And it's like, okay, bitch, so are you gonna eat it or what? Because you're wasting my time. Like you
I
just
wanna-
turn it around on them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I want to go into Chris and Pitts and be like, I'm allergic to barbecue.
Oh, I've
Give me
been told
food.
that. And I'm like, exactly what ingredient in the barbecue
Louis
sauce
is
are
still
you
looking at his
allergic
list
to?
like, fuck, I got two. I meant two.
Then tangent on tangent, ho.
We can't help it. We've missed each other. One of the a story that I have about like before the movie theater. I was somebody that didn't last very long, but I was dating somebody, and
How's Dana? Good.
this was at Wendy's, and she asked the poor
So that-
16-year-old kid at the counter. She told him, "I don't want
Unsalted French fries, and she added salt.
bingo.
Yeah, I
want
knew it.
I
I
wanted
fucking knew
unsalted French fries and then to add salt in it. So we get our order, and our movie is going to start in 15 minutes, right? And so it takes however long to get the food. And so food comes in, and I start chomping down, and then she shows me her fries. She's like, "Do these look salted?" And they did, but I'm like, "Oh no, they don't," because I'm just hoping that she's like good with it. She goes up to the counter. And she starts yelling at the 16-year-old kid, saying how she wanted unsalted fries. These have salt on them. You're lying to me. And he kept saying, "I'm sorry, ma'am. We'll do it right now, ma'am." And she's like, "Don't call me ma'am." And he's, "I'm sorry, like, and he's just getting so choked up. And I'm just like,
fucked
and so
up.
I stood up, like, because now the whole restaurant, they're not having
Yeah.
conversations anymore. They're looking at us. And so then I get up to the
frick.
counter and I have to start telling her, like, it's not a big deal. Like, don't worry about it. So now me and her are fighting.
Of
And
course.
this kid is just like
Of
in the
course.
middle, like, and
You
then
don't
he's
have
like,
her
here's your fries. And she's like, "I'm not hungry anymore." And so not only, because now she's mad at me. And so now not only am I gonna watch this movie, but we're supposed to be quiet in the movie theater, but now it's an awkward quiet because of this fight that we just had.
Hey,
She made
Rachel,
this
go
poor
fuck
kid-
yourself.
Yeah, she made
Now
this
go enjoy the
poor kid
movie.
get the French fries, which she's now not gonna eat. So he did all that for nothing. Like, and so when we talk about picky eaters, I just remember that and how cringy it was. And my God,
That's a mega red flag. So you just be like, I'm gonna leave this ditch in the gutter where she belongs.
yeah,
Bye-bye.
yeah. After about 2 months, that's exactly what I did.
God.
After 2 months, he didn't learn his
Yeah.
lesson.
That was like more like when sex was steady and then all of a sudden sex was a condition. Then
That's exactly what
yeah,
it
it
is.
was.
Good job.
Love it.
Moving on along. I wanted to talk a little bit about
Life hack. Sorry. go on.
there is a TV show called Sweet Tooth that we got a teaser for that's going to be coming out, and it's going to be on Netflix, and it's being produced by the Downey Company, which is executive produced by Robert Downey Jr. and Susan Downey, his wife. It's their production company that they're backing. Sweet Tooth is a comic book property. It's originally a Vertigo comic, which DC bought the rights to it. And its title, the comparison of this comic book has been said Mad Max crosses with Bambi. So it's it's like these humanoid animals that live in this world, and it's this deer that has a sweet tooth, and it follows him. But again, it's a post-apocalyptic world. The comic is created by Jeff Lenore. He helms projects or titles. He was responsible for the 2010 run of Animal Man, which is the New 52 Animal Man, which was
Nice.
freaking legit.
It was good. That
Oh
was
my
good.
God, it was so
Mhm.
great. Justice League Dark, the 2010, the New 52 Justice League Dark.
Yay.
To the 2010 run of Old Man Logan, Hawkeye, and the Extraordinary X-Men.
Nice.
So
Okay.
Sweet Tooth is his origin. That's his creation. And so if you've read any of the comics that I just listed, the New 52 run, those New 52 titles were among the best of the New 52 run, in my personal opinion. Animal Man, I thought, was such a phenomenal piece. And so having animalistic characters in the Sweet Tooth comic book, I'm really excited what he's going to bring to it. But yeah, that's going to be coming soon in Netflix. Does anybody have any thoughts on Robert Downey and Susan Downey executive producing, or the comic book as a whole?
I remember when the comic book came out, I was super hesitant on picking it up, so I never read the comic book. I was super hesitant about it because when I saw the cover, like for new comic books that I've never, like brand new properties, I go based off of the cover when I pick it up if I don't know anything about it, so I saw the cover and I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I think I'm gonna pass on this one.
It's like he's eating a donut, or he's eating
something
like
like that, or
lollipop,
like a
right?
candy
Yeah,
bar or something like that, and I'm just like, I think I'm gonna pass on it, it's like, and it's like, I knew Vertigo, it's a little the edgier part of DC, but I'm like, I mean, whatever, I'll pass on it. Now that it's being made into a live action thing on Netflix, I think that's actually pretty cool. With the Downeys being the executive producers, I mean, he's been in the comic book movie game since 2010, or 2008, so he's not unfamiliar with the what has to be done,
right?
And
Good
so
storytelling.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not too worried about it, as far as production value goes. I'm interested because it's like one of those things, like I saw the comic book, back in 2010, I think is when it came out.
Yeah.
I hesitated on picking it up and I didn't pick it up. So, there's that. What are you showing?
Nothing. Keep talking.
Okay.
YouTube Red just released something called Wayne, and then I think it's gonna be the next big thing.
Cool. So
anyway,
back to you, so.
Okay, when we talk about this in 2 weeks, I mark this. I've said that.
Okay. No one's discrediting you or anything like that.
No, it's just sorry.
It's just a little weird that you're showing it on screen
while
we're recording.
It just came up right now, but it showed like who's in it, and I don't know. It was pretty cool. Sorry.
Okay. But that's my thought on Sweet
Good job,
Tooth.
buddy. Anybody else have any thoughts on Sweet Tooth before I move on to the next topic? And moving on along.
There's the awkward silence.
RDJ and company. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm sure he wouldn't put his name, especially since he's
it's hard to say.
The cock of the walk right now, I guess, because of his Iron Man run.
Yeah.
So if he thinks it's good enough to put on, then I'm excited to watch.
Yeah, putting on his stamp on it for sure.
He will still be the Jarvis to Ironheart. His voice will accompany Ironheart. Calling it now.
So you think he's going to be like the Jarvis? So it's going to be.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
Really?
And then it'll be different because it'll be the wild guy, RDJ, to Jarvis, and the difference we're gonna see is RDJ as Jarvis, and that's what's gonna happen.
I mean, it's possible. It's possible.
No,
the only
it's
reason
gonna happen.
Okay, so according to Ash, it's gonna happen, and I'm not saying that it's not, but I mean,
yeah, you're still playing it safe because you know it's gonna happen. That's the fucking shit. That's the Chris Pratt thing that we're saying. You're gonna still play it neutral because you know that fucking Hugh Jackman is trying for fucking Deadpool 3 because you fucking know that's the paycheck. Be passionate about what you want. Do fucking.
I don't think it has necessarily have to do with the paycheck. Maybe he feels that that's the character.
Do the Prestige and let 8 people watch it, which I fucking love the Prestige. And
I was gonna say I love the Prestige.
The Prestige was amazing.
But it's not fucking. It's not the general public.
I mean, I think I think the Hugh Jackman thing.
When he shows up, it's gonna be the shit.
I think the Hugh Jackman thing is more of a respect to Ryan Reynolds because Hugh Jackman, he helped found the Laughing Man Coffee, and so Ryan Reynolds has been on commercials promoting Laughing Man Coffee, and Hugh Jackman has been on commercials.
Hugh Jackman was never not coming back, bro.
Was never not come, or he wasn't going to come back, but now you're saying
he was never not coming back.
Oh, you're saying that's always been the plan.
He was never not coming back.
Just
I
three
think-
times for the people in the back.
I think
was never
Ash
not
just
going
likes a phrase and is gonna pound it in without like giving any
No.
insight.
Whoa.
So in this case, I don't think he necessarily was never gonna not come back,
This is the don't change my
but-
shit fight.
but
No,
I
Yes.
think he is coming
he's
back.
never not coming back.
I
Well-
believe he is.
We'll see. I
He's
think it'd be
coming
fun. It just seems like they have like a fun rivalry, you know, or
Of
not
course.
rivalry is not even the right word, but you know,
Friendship.
I don't even feel
Ren-
like all of the
Reynolds
Deadpool
throws-
stuff,
playful
all of the
banter.
Deadpool stuff
Yeah.
with fucking Hugh Jackman's face in Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2, like that was never not gonna happen. Even in the horrible Wolverine Origins, it was never not gonna happen. The chemistry is there.
yeah,
It was always there. That's all.
Yeah.
that's true. It's fair. Oh, and talking about Netflix, and I know we already moved on
His
from
life.
recommendations, but I would strongly recommend everybody. It's on Netflix now. To check out the Mitchells versus the Machines. Yeah, Mitchells versus Machines. It's the studio that brought you Into the Spider-Verse, so it's Sony Animation, and
Oh,
it's the
okay.
same core group that did Into the Spider-Verse. It's a family movie with a shit ton of heart. Like it
Nice.
tugs at the heartstrings. It's such a funny movie. Danny McBride is part of the voice talent, Conan O'Brien, and it's just about a family reconnecting. So it's very Pixar-esque, for lack of a better description. But yeah,
Mhm.
it's like a typical family road trip. Girls going to college, and the family has been separated. Danny McBride plays the dad, so he's like, "Hey, let's do a road trip to drop her off to college," and then trouble ensues. That's
Trouble
the
brews.
I'm sorry. One last time. What's the name of the movie?
Mitchells versus the Machines.
Thank you.
And yeah, it's on Netflix now. I saw it over the weekend, and a year or two might have escaped my face. So beautiful movie, very good. Enjoy,
Yeah, we're full of recommendations this weekend.
dude. I
Oh,
know.
God.
Yeah, he is.
This is what happens when we don't see each other for a week. Okay.
Wait, what was the short that you told us about in the group chat?
Oh,
That
if anything
what was it
happens, I
called?
love you.
Oh my god, I hate you
Yeah.
for that.
I,
I
uh,
hate you, but I love you for it.
I saw the
I'm-
trailer for it and I was like,
It's so-
shit.
No.
Yeah, it is good. It is sad. It's powerful. That's the best way that I can.
Yes.
It's just there's not. I don't think there is any. There aren't any words, but just
There are not.
the
Here's the
imagery
fucking
that it
thing.
shows.
Is your prayer hands are fucking amazing. Carmen?
He was gonna call you Karen right now. I'm telling you.
Your thing is
He was gonna call you
you're
Karen
having the
right
camera,
now.
and sometimes you do this. No, I was never gonna say Karen. And then
Okay.
fucking, I get it.
Can you
And you have
please
other
give a
things.
context to this? That's
You
this
do.
is wrong. That's
You-
wrong. If you just tell people, if you just
You
tell
know,
people,
that's
Carmen
your-
does
that's
this,
the-
that is
Carmen,
wrong.
no, it's always two fingers. But I don't know. I didn't mean it weird. I didn't mean it
Oh
weird.
my god.
No.
Jesus Christ.
She's HR.
Don't bring him
I
into
didn't
this.
Crossing the line.
No.
From mine was here, and I was just like,
It was the
I'm
way
gonna
that
drink
you
that
do. Oh.
Crossing the line.
How do you do the shocker
The way
again?
that
Oh,
I meant that was
There you go.
that
That's it.
you're trying to think of something.
Two in
and
the
you
pink,
do
one in the
that.
stink.
Oh,
oh
I'm trying to,
god.
no, I'm trying to explain. And
What's up? You
No.
dog cunt.
a dog cunt. I don't think I could.
I said
Yes.
duck hunt.
Luis was gonna back me up on that one since it's like your mom's house reference.
My bad. So yeah, if anything happens, I love you. So check that shit out.
Yes.
No, I
Moving-
don't want to now.
But be,
Moving
but
on.
be 100% prepared to cry.
Yeah, but it won a bunch of awards. So
Yeah,
check it out.
yeah,
See what everyone's
yeah,
talking
check it
about.
out. Everybody should.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on along, can we take a second to talk about Amusement Park,
Yes.
which is a film they're helming it along like the lost film of George A. Romero. Film coming out in June, exclusive on Shudder. For those folks that may not be very familiar with his work, he's pretty much the father of the zombie apocalypse
Zombie movie.
genre.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he passed away in 2017, which is why it was such a shock to me. This wasn't even in my radar. A good friend of mine actually sent me the link and blew my world. I'm like, oh my God, I had no idea. So yeah, it is his first film was 1968, Night of the Living Dead.
Night of the Living Dead. Okay.
Starting the zombie genre, and yeah, he was a huge staple of the horror genre. But
yes, sir.
And I don't have Shudder. I was contemplating it.
Oh, do Shudder. If nobody has
you
Shudder
would
on this
truly
group,
enjoy Shudder.
yeah, and Shudder is so good. Like they have it.
They have that Freak Show. I wanted to see that.
Creep Show. They have
the
Creep Show redo. They have the Joe Bob Briggs show as well. If you grew up watching horror movies on TBS, it was Joe Bob Briggs growing up. He has a show on it too. And they have a bunch. So I'm a big horror fan, and a lot of us, I think I would say yes.
Yeah.
Shudder is worth the money. So.
Okay.
Do yourself a favor, even if it's like a bad horror movie, it's like something you wouldn't necessarily see. It's all enjoyable. They have good TV shows. Go get Shudder. And by the way, George A. Romero is the absolute godfather of the horror, the zombie genre. If you read anything on like the background of his movies, Night of the Living Dead, Day of the Living Dead, Return of the Living Dead, and there's others. He talks about like how they're stand-ins for social issues of the days. So he'll talk about it, and if like you watch it, like you see what it is, and you get to see Tom Savini in the second one of it, and the mall, like that is like the quintessential zombie movie. Day of the Living Dead, I think, where they go into the mall.
Yeah,
and you see the biker zombies. Like that movie is like fucking perfection. So when I had seen this earlier that the Shudder got the rights to this movie, and it's George A. Romero's lost film. So I was like ultra excited, and I can't wait to watch this.
That's so crazy. Yeah, it's like Tupac. It's releasing shit after his death.
After he's dead,
yeah.
Especially after he's been dead so long.
It's like less than $5 a month, man.
I didn't know that.
It's so good. Like,
I almost got it because was it 2 years ago? Universal Studios Horror Nights did a maze around Creep Show, and they were advertising the Shudder original series,
new show,
and they were like showing clips of it, like while you're waiting in line. And I was like, "Oh, this looks pretty good," and then it just kind of eluded me. But
just recently they let out the second season. I think really just recently the second season of Creep Show. The first one was okay. The second one was better.
Yeah, dig it.
I remember the original Creep Show.
Oh yeah,
that scared the shit out of me
as a kid.
As a kid, it scared the shit out of
me.
Are
we expecting that later, Luis?
Fuck yeah.
Other horror movie question. Thank you.
Yes.
All right. So, anybody else have anything to add on amusement park?
No, I'm just trying to see when Ash is going to decide to watch a horror movie with us. That's the only thing I'm waiting on.
I get to choose.
Ditto.
No. We talked about
already
this
chose.
You get to choose. When do you get to choose? No.
You get to choose. You get to choose the way you stack your popcorn. You can choose that. You know?
Okay.
Look, I'm going to turn my camera, and you could see our setup here.
Okay.
And we could have, and then here, look.
Okay.
TV there. It's nice and big. There's a couch there on the other side. Excuse my daughter's stuff. There's a couch there. And there's a couch here. So we have more than sufficient space. We could throw on
legs.
All you ever said to me is that we get to
we could throw on Sinister on this bitch and
said,
give me a
Sinister.
Sinister's fun. I think that one's probably that's a good one.
Well,
we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that off mic.
Sinister shouldn't be a problem.
Sinister's so much fun.
Sinister's fucking amazing.
So Invincible got renewed for 2 more seasons.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, is
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
in this conversation? We all watch Invincible season 1. You haven't
Hey,
come around.
Luis.
You haven't gone around to it.
Luis, can I ask you a question?
Fire.
I have a friend that can't do The Last of Us 2 because of the jump scares in the game, but can do every scary movie ever. What is the difference between a video game jump scare and a movie jump scare? Because I could do every video game, every Resident Evil is easy to me. I still fucking jump and I throw the fucking controller and I hit a guinea pig, but he's fine. I don't hit a guinea pig. I don't hit a guinea pig. I'm just joking.
The Last of Us isn't even the scariest video game you can play.
I mean, I would imagine that it has something to do with control, Ash. That's my guess, because
I do feel like it's that way.
You have control of something, but in a movie, you're like, get the fuck out of there. And I think you have, and we've talked about this in a previous episode, I forgot which one. You have a deep level of compassion, and that you actually feel like what you put yourself in that person's shoes of whatever it is you're watching, and so the fear you see them,
because
and you're
I'm
like,
in those shoes.
Exactly.
I don't feel that.
Well, because you're in their shoes, that's why you can't take scary movies.
That's what I'm saying.
But in a video game, you are that person, so you're able to I'm gonna fucking maneuver out this way, or be like, okay, I got a fucking bat, let's do this shit, And so you can kind of prep yourself to get in there versus the not knowing.
I think it's myself to get in there for sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's something.
God.
I mean, that's my guess.
Out of everything that Louis said,
Much
I
worse.
was just like, I can't wait to get in there.
No, I didn't even say that.
Gotta-
God damn. HR is coming up from the left. All right.
But I mean, yeah. But yeah. So wait, Invincible. Andres,
Amazing.
you haven't jumped in.
I haven't seen it. That's why.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. You haven't jumped into the show yet.
I've been looking for so I have a baby, and I don't have much free time.
I get that.
So I'm either at work and I spend time with the baby, and when the baby goes to sleep, we watch whatever the fuck is on. Which is right now it's the last season of Handmaid's Tale. Which, if you haven't got into Handmaid's Tale, I would say watch that.
Watch Handmaid's Tale?
No, after you sleep, you fucker.
No.
So
Question. I don't feel like I'm not. It's not death. It's just a question.
Have you seen The Invisible Man with the lead actress from Handmaid's?
No, I have not.
Really good.
Kevin Bacon.
I recommend it.
I've heard not the
really
Kevin
good.
Bacon version. I did see that one at the theaters.
I did too.
Hello, man.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Hollow Man. Yeah, Hollow Man.
Yeah, Hollow Man.
Yeah, no. The Invisible Man. It's actually really good. I think
I've
she
heard.
does a really good job in it. And it's not a horror film. It's just like a
I
psychological
like
thriller.
Elizabeth Moss.
Thriller. Mhm.
Yeah, really good shit. Well,
But I need
we'll
to.
keep-
But that is on the list to do, since you guys all have been talking about it and you're all extremely excited for it. It's something I need to get to. There is an anime that I started that I will not get back to until I watch Invincible, and that is fuck, I fucking just slipped it in my mind.
Everybody in Invincible
High Rise?
has a fucking
No,
storyline.
it's on Netflix. and
Andreas.
it was a movie. Yes,
Everybody in Andreas. No. Everybody in Invincible.
there's only
has-
Andres and Andres.
everyone in Andres. I'm like, I've never been.
Everybody.
I imagine it's wonderful.
Oh,
Everybody.
stop.
It is.
Everybody
I'll
in
make it
Invincible
work,
has.
y'all. Wild.
Everybody in Invincible has a storyline. That's why it's fucking amazing. Because there's your storyline conflicts with this storyline. We're gonna talk about that later. Everybody dies.
Wait, what are we talking about?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
I don't know
but
what he's talking about.
He's talking about Invincible.
Everybody has a storyline, which is amazing.
No.
Well, I mean, that's true.
Yes.
The fun thing about Invincible is the story goes everywhere, but then it leads back
But
at
it-
the same at the top
It all
spot,
makes sense. It all makes sense. It's
Oh,
like
no.
this fucking podcast. On this storyline, Esteban gets it, and you're trying to steer the ship. Carmen is
Steer the
on
ship.
my mic.
They're trying to steer the ship.
And then
The anime I was talking about was Pacific Rim. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Oh, Pacific Rim.
Is that one good?
I've seen the first 2 episodes. They're good, but I'm not gonna continue watching until I watch Invisible. So
Got
I
it.
gotta wait.
Invincible is 8 episodes, and they're roughly about 40 minutes long each episode.
But each episode has a very crucial scene and credits.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you need to watch that.
all the way through.
Yeah,
Thank you.
otherwise, like,
Thank you.
it's like the most important thing of the episode happens at the end credits. It's like, why do you guys do this?
That is bad. Why do that?
Yeah.
I don't know. But I mean, I'm gonna look at you, Carmen, because I know you've been reading them too. I thought it was so fascinating that it's like they skip to like episode 20, or I'm sorry, to like issue 20,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're like issue 30, and then the season ends at like issue 10. Like
Exactly.
but it made sense. They connected it in a beautiful way, but it
It
just
did-
went in a full
no,
circle,
okay,
and it's the tease for the
it-
people that have read it.
It did make sense in the way that they did it as a show.
Yes.
But once you read the story, you're like, what the fuck? No,
Yeah.
please
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
My
But you guys-
coworker, my coworker that listens to us, she's like, so are you guys gonna talk about the final episode of Invincible? And I was like, I don't want to talk about it yet.
Yeah.
She's like,
But
why?
It was
I'm
a
like,
little rough.
okay.
Yeah.
But being done by Robert Kirkman does make sense because they're not going to give away. It's going to happen, but it's not going to happen the way that you saw it.
Right.
By Walking Dead, it happened,
Right.
but now it's not. It's not Carl, but it's a little girl. It's not. It's going to happen, just not the way that.
But it's not going to be that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's exactly what Louis said earlier. It's like they were on issue 20, and then we went like to issue 30 something, and then like we went back to issue 10 at the finale. And then it's like you're asking me, was I satisfied with the way the finale was? I'm like, no, I was not. First of all, because you don't get to see the whole story of what happened and like the
Yes.
story arc of the character. Like you didn't do the character any justice. Like, in my own opinion, Omni-Man has one of the best character arcs ever in like comic books whatsoever.
To be
And-
fair, though, we don't hear more about him until like issue 50,
Yeah.
and then
So
yeah.
you have to keep on reading the lore, whatever you want to call it, to really know what Omni-Man is about and like his history and like what is happening with him. And then even with his son Mark, you know, like everything that happened with him. And I think I talked about this the last episode, how I was not happy in the way that they were representing Adam Eve. And in this episode, they actually finally did her justice and her powers and like what she is about and like what she represents. So it's got, to me, it was just like a little bit all over the place, and that's what pissed me off because I like the characters and I really love the comic, and I love the show and I like the way that they're doing it, presenting it to the public, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, but it could have done like way better in the way that it was done in the comic.
But the funny thing about that, and I completely get the argument, it's food never tastes the same after you eat it the first time. Like if you eat it, if you regurgitate it, it's not going to taste the same coming back down, right? So
100%.
if they were to do a carbon copy of the comic book fans that have read it will be like, this is normal. Like, and trust me, I'm on the same, I feel the exact same way that you did, because when I was making faces, my girlfriend kept looking over at me like, did that happen in the comics? I'm like, stop asking me that question. Because the answer is yes. It's just in a different order.
Yes.
But because it's happening differently and it's not what I'm used to, it's giving me the ability to enjoy it because I don't know where it's going to go. I have no idea if it's going to go to like issue 4. So it's new for me too.
I have a
HBO's
question
Yeah.
for you both that read the comic book. If you would have not seen it, would you have enjoyed the animation more, or do you think that makes a difference? Like if you hadn't read the whole
Because
series.
you're looking for the difference.
I don't think it'll make a difference. I think it's just a different perspective.
Yeah.
Kind of like if did you ever read the Walking Dead comics?
I read bits and pieces.
I would say that's a strong comparison that Carmen made. That's like it kind of goes, but it's not like a carbon copy, but it's like the general idea of it. It's kind of like that. Just like the show, interestingly enough, does a better job of giving the characters backstory because a lot of the characters in the comic don't get a backstory. Like Rexplode, which is probably one of my favorite characters now. Like he's just so funny. I like that voice actor, but like he didn't have a fucking backstory really. He was just a cheating asshole.
Yeah, 100%. With duplicate.
Yeah.
But that could be too, where you gave Jason. Fuck, I'm gonna wreck his last name. But I know him from Brooklyn Nine-Nine and other like that's another character.
Yeah.
He just that character's. It's the it
That's
steals
him.
the show, man. Like
For sure.
It steals the. Rob Kirkman has been. I feel like it's Robert Kirkman, but
yeah, it's like he's Rob to you. I call him Rob.
Well, when I text him,
No,
when I text Robbie, I was talking to Robbie the other day.
He's under RB, so whatever. When I text him, all my memes. Just there's
Get this number.
Nobody wants to see what I already saw because that's what you're gonna shit on.
Right.
I hate to bring this back to wrestling, but people shat on two things in wrestling that like this is gonna be the biggest thing in wrestling, and then something happened, and then instead of an explosion, there were sparklers. Instead of Mick Foley going through a table off the top of a cage, there was Jericho going off something and landing on cardboard. It's hard to say what we know what we want, but when you try to give us what we want safely, it doesn't work. So when you say if I do Court of Owls and you give me exactly Court of Owls, I'm not gonna be happy because there's nothing that.
I would 100% be happy.
I would too, but there's still people that are like,
Since we're talking about Batman, you give me the Long Halloween as it was in the graphic novel.
Oh, absolutely!
I will shell out money after money,
dude. Maximum Carnage is what I want, but I feel like I'm getting Maximum Carnage in this long, stupid fucking way. But I'm gonna still get Maximum Carnage with instead of getting fucking who do I want? Instead of getting Carnage as who I want as Cassidy, I'm getting Woody Harrelson, and that's not who I had in my head, but I'm still gonna give it a chance because I other than Jack Nicholson, I didn't know that I wanted Heath Ledger. I didn't know that I wanted fucking this Joaquin Phoenix, skinny Bone Jones. You know what I mean? Like It's just you don't know what you want because you could make that shit amazing. You don't need to.
Ding dong.
I know. You read this and you know this. Frank Miller's this. You could make that, and then it doesn't need to be. I'm changing the story. It could be. I'm changing this, and it's brand new.
And although I agree with that, I also see why they want to make tweaks to the story. Like I see both of those points. It's just when they change it completely, that's when I throw a fit.
Same.
Like it's like, okay, so now I know Joker's supposed to be the villain in this, but this time it's aliens. Like it's like, okay, dude. It's like
I didn't know about Invincible, and now I want to know the story that I'm missing because I don't know what the story should be. That's the way I hate fucking Walking Dead. Like when Esteban told me like Carl's this, Carl's that, and then now I'm dealing with a little girl, but Carl's still supposed to be alive in this world. But you know what I mean? Like I don't know.
I see what you're
I
saying.
don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like
I mean,
don't
you
know.
could read it if you want to, if you're worried about
You
backstory.
all should have seen the disappointment in our eyes when we heard that text come in, and
Yeah.
that person who shall remain nameless did not turn their text messages off.
That's true. Lower the volume. I mean, you're not gonna get more backstory. As a matter of fact, I think the show does a good job of giving you more backstory than the comic
It
did.
was like 2 hours.
It's like 2 hours.
But yeah. Anyway, so we're all really
We're
excited.
straight up polishing that turd, boys and girls.
Just for you.
Andres, we're looking forward to you watching it, and then I'm curious to hear your take on it, good sir.
I am actually super excited to start watching it, and I don't want to put it on in front of my daughter just because of
Nor
everything.
should you.
No, you should not.
There's many curse words and so much blood.
Yeah,
Yes.
not even
It's
the
very
audio.
gruesome.
So I'm just gonna wait till she's visiting grandma, and I'll try to sneak in episodes here and there.
I would be curious of like once you watch the first episode, I would love to hear your take. I just hope we haven't overhyped it.
No, I don't think so.
Especially the first episode, I would definitely like to hear his opinion because I think that after the first episode, it's either you're gonna like it or you're not.
Yeah,
and,
or something.
Yeah, and I think based on Andres' personality, yeah, I think he's gonna be hooked on the show, and it's like, oh, why didn't I watch this earlier?
One of my really good friends, he's a Superman fan, and he actually had the opposite effect of it, of as opposed to liking it. It took him a couple episodes to get in it, and his reasoning is that he's tired of seeing what if Superman was evil story.
Yeah, because of Blackburn.
There it is. So as another Superman fan, that's why I'm just kind of like, I'm curious to see how he stands on it.
Blackburn was done so well, and
Blackburn
and so was The Boys. So it's like, yeah, I could see an evil Superman, and it doesn't change my opinion on my love of Superman.
Are we foregoing everything? If you haven't seen everything, the way that I'm attacking Omni-Man is almost, I am I'm grooming the man that's going to take me out. And I'm able to honor that samurai status. Because I want to be able to do this.
I have a suggestion. Just say what you need to say instead of pussyfooting around it. It's making it so much harder. You're not gonna ruin anything for me.
I'm amazed by Omni-Man because that's your fucking son, and you did worst shit ever, and there still could be a reason for that, but there's still when he got taken out by the fucking octopus guy and like beaten. Oh no, fucking Thundercat. Fucking White Thundercat. Thank you.
Battle Beast.
Battle Beast.
All right.
Oh my bad.
Battle Beast. Oh
my
my
bad.
He got
Battle Beast for the fucking win, man. That he's the shit.
You know what? I was very pleased on the way that they did Battle Beast. I was like, yes, they did one character justice.
I thought so too.
My bad. I was referencing He-Man character. Battle Cat.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but see that that he's doing that guy justice. All we see as the general public is Superman, Omni-Man, saw his son get fucking, sorry, Andreas, his ass
No worries.
whipped to death. There was a difference between like, I have my glasses are gone, I'm fucking dying. And still, like, this motherfucking balding motherfucker is still gonna save me, knowing that that's the motherfucker that is going to save the world. Did everything that fucking saved this guy, still showed Omni-Man watching his son. And I was like, no. But at the same time, I'm still, Omni-Man is like, go get the groceries, son. Like, it's so hard. And they're playing the awesomest fine line that I've ever seen. Ever. Like, other than me and Luis and Carmen, motherly, but there's a fatherly line that's like it's amazing.
Did you just say like the three of you are the mothers of the show?
No.
That means Esteban
I
and I
probably accidentally did
father?
that. But
Yeah,
imagine
that's what I heard.
High five, bro.
Esteban, could you be in the air watching Gilbert getting his ass whipped? There's no way you could do. Like, you know what I mean? There's no fucking way that you could watch that.
Then
but
again, I mean, it depends. Did he deserve it?
All right.
Did he start
anybody,
something that he couldn't
edit
finish?
that? Right.
Take that ass beating, boy.
Yeah, no, for sure. There's no, I couldn't take it.
But it's fucking amazing. We look forward to your review on it, Andres, and we'll dive into a lot deeper when you do watch it. So we're gonna move from Invincible. We got 2 topics left. Very quickly, we want to touch on Luca, the streaming Disney Plus film that's gonna be streaming June 8th.
Free.
For free, yeah.
Full free.
And it looks like a typical, cute Pixar film. I mean, for free, but on Disney Plus, I'll be checking it out. What do you guys think? Anybody have any expectations or hopes or anything for it?
If it's anything going to be like Soul, I mean, I think it's going to be a smash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only a certain few Pixar movies that didn't make it big, like massively big, but they're still loved in the Pixar community. So
even the ones that didn't hit it like was a commercial success, the people that did see it like it. Like we were having this conversation, I think a couple episodes ago, just like, what was it? Brave, Bolt.
Brave, dude.
And there's just these great
Brave was really good.
Films. Brave's the shit, dude.
Yeah, that's. I'm not saying it's not. Again,
you
turned on me last night.
I was not going to say that at all.
Brave is good, motherfucker. I'm like, okay, I get it. I liked it too. But yeah, it's just they have the fucking formula, man.
Mm-hmm.
They got that recipe down. But yeah, so that's coming, and so
when's it coming out again, Luis?
That is on June 8th. My good
June 8th.
Yes, sir.
Oh, literally a month away. Almost a month away.
Yeah.
Hope not.
It looks really fun.
Like 2 or 3 weeks away.
Is the concept the fact that Luca is from the ocean and then he is going to be a humanoid of some sort?
It's like
that's
Splash.
What I gathered from the trailer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
or at least that's what I think it is. Like if he gets wet, he turns into this thing. This like merman creature,
mermanish,
right? It looks really cute, and I will 100% watch it. So
why was that not okay? So that got brought up, and then all of a sudden that had validation, and then
what are you talking about?
Come on,
the cute thing.
That was Splash. It was Splash a year ago. No.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't even know it was going to come out a year ago.
Okay. No, you
didn't. Daryl Hannah in Splash.
Yeah.
Because because Daryl Hannah and Splash.
Hello.
Hey, girl.
Oh, God.
All right, so we will move this on along.
Ash is
Daryl Hannah
very
and
angry
Kill
today.
Bill. Daryl Hannah and Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Different.
No, Daryl Hannah and Splash.
Let's talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier season finale, guys.
So angry.
So this is our spoiler alert.
I disagree with the spoiler alert. We're like a week late.
I know. Even still, that is a forced laugh.
It really is, isn't
No,
it?
It's
really is
real.
not. It's like it's so funny how you're trying to keep on the tracks. But
That
you
was
get
the
it.
most realist laugh ever. That is a fake laugh. Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Okay. That was one?
That was one.
That's right. That's not even a plan. That's right. They were in the prison. Thank you, sir. And Falcon and Winter Soldier season finale. What do we think, guys? Andres, I'm going to kick it to you first.
I enjoyed it very much. I love that the Falcon got the shield and he became Captain America. I don't his outfit. I don't know if it's the white in the outfit that throws it off for me.
The thing.
Yeah, it looks like a comic book superhero outfit that tried to be made in the real world and it doesn't work.
Something off. But we only saw it for part of an episode, so maybe we needed more time to
maybe
warm up to it, you know?
Yeah. I kind of now like US Agent, so John Walker is growing on me, and see what happens to him going forward since Julie Louis-Dreyfus's character is hired him on or whatever. Yeah, the show is super cool. I really liked it. I do hope they do a second part because I do like the camaraderie between Bucky and
Sam.
And yeah, Sam, thank you, sir. I couldn't bring up his name. So I do hope they do a second part for them. I do know that there was word that there's going to be a Captain America 4 and that Sam's going to be at the helm.
Mm-hmm.
But I do hope they continue the show.
Take it. Carmen, shooting to you.
I really liked the ending because, as Andres talked about, we got to see the redeeming arc of U.S. agents, or like how they set him up to be U.S. agent. I also liked the way the Falcon showed up as Captain America when the van is falling, and he literally looked like an angel lifting the van up. You know, I 100% love that. I love the way that they closed the story with Isaiah Bradley and the museum. It brought me to tears.
Yeah.
I 100% cried in that part because I genuinely feel the struggle of what it is to be a misrepresented minority and then all of a sudden get your shot at glory, not glory, but at least be represented right. You know what I mean? So I think that they did that beautifully. I love to see the brotherhood that they build up with Bucky and with Falcon at the end. I love that show. I think, yes, I know that we exhaustingly talk about Marvel doing the shows very well, but I think I love WandaVision. I don't want to take anything away from that, but this show genuinely tied in the emotional aspect of connecting to an audience with like the message that it was trying to portray. And I really appreciate that because, you know, like in the day-to-day world that we live in, it's very important to kind of communicate that with people of it's like we are all human, we are all the same, and we're just trying to fight the same thing, you know, like we may be misunderstood, but we're all trying to stand for something. And at the end of the day, it's the thing that makes us human that's going to connect us. The monologue that he had at the end, you know, when he's talking to, what were they called? The people that were
GRC.
governing
Yeah.
the GRC. The monologue that he had addressing them, I thought it was done beautifully. I think, honestly, that's really what is needed in real life, and it makes me sad that we don't have that. But I like the it was portrayed in the show, and I can't wait to see what else Marvel has to bring upon us. You know, it was done beautifully.
Absolutely agree. Ash, what were your thoughts on the season finale of Falcon Winter Soldier?
I don't think without Falcon and Winter Soldier, I would have accepted your new Captain America. And the way that they did that was absolutely amazing. Is there was a black Captain America that got disregarded, but that I know it comes out weird because of the person that's saying this, but it's not meant the way that it's being said. It's somebody that is saying that in the era that I was born. And there was let's just say it, a white Captain America and a black Captain America. And Chris Evans was absolutely Captain America because it doesn't fucking matter. And that's all. That's even Civil War. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, this motherfucker that I'm sticking up for was absolutely Captain America. And Winter Soldier makes sense now. Because of Winter Soldier and Captain America, no, Winter Soldier and Falcon. I'm absolute. Sam is my new Captain America because of this series. And what we're expecting in Phase 4 is this Captain America, this Avengers, and that's why people need to figure out, or that's why the studios need to figure out, this needs to serve this. If I'm gonna go to a fucking theater, it's because it's Avengers level. The pandemic has served to open everybody's eyes to, you're really already spending money for things that you don't want for this. So I'm going to get to see Harry Potter because I want to see this. So I know. I want the studios to understand that. I know we're going backwards. Okay. I might have drank a shot too many.
No.
But I know what I'm talking about, though.
Do we want to pass it to Esteban and then chime in if he says something? He's like, yeah, I agree with.
Invincible has been amazing because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking. Like, I don't know what I'm. I'm going against. Do you know, like, all right, Andre.
I
Esteban.
went. Sorry, friend.
Esteban, bring it home, buddy. Well, what are your thoughts on
I mean, I'm just gonna
Winter Soldier?
I'm just reiterating pretty much everything that everyone's saying. I mean, it was a great way that they ended it. I hope they come back with the season 2. I would prefer.
Does that not make sense, though? Does that not make sense of what I said?
It
If
does.
it wasn't for this, would you have accepted Sam as your Captain America without that?
Me personally,
without the everything that happened? Like, okay, after the event. No, fuck, you're talking to a person of color, but not you guys are not. No,
excuse me.
Fuck.
Excuse me.
As soon as I said that,
you ask Esteban a question, you don't let him answer.
It's so
and
weird.
Like,
it's only weird because
every single
you
one
can
of
only
us.
imagine. Of all of us are of color, but it's only weird because when I said that, every white person is an eggshell. Like, does that make sense? Like, it's way more eggshells than they ever had.
I get you.
But I didn't mean that weird. I absolutely didn't mean that weird. I just meant that more. I didn't accept him having the shield until I saw the story. Not in a race way, in a Chris Evans took a lot to take me away from fucking Flame On. To me, accept him as fucking a Superman of Marvel. Nope. Of DC. Nope. I'm fucking up.
You had it right the first
You
time.
had it right the first time.
We understood what you meant.
Yes. A Superman of a fucking everything. Captain America. Captain America is like a Superman. Like, is a
like
level.
He is Marvel's quintessential superhero character.
Right. But you gave us him as Flame On.
Torch.
In 2 fucking movies. And Marvel still set it up in a way where it's a wink, wink, nod, nod. He can still fucking be in fucking Fantastic Four. But that same guy that did 2 movies is the pillar of this universe.
I feel like this rant is my fault because I sent that meme over to everybody.
Right.
Kind of feel like it's my fault.
Wrong movie. Yeah.
Kind of feel like it's my fault.
But just that same it's the don't change my shit, but if there's absolutely everything behind it, I'm absolutely behind it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
What was your sentiment on it, Esteban?
Again, it's just reiterating everything that everyone said so far. I like the redemption of John Walker. I'm excited to see what the future holds for him. I would have preferred that if they would have, how they changed the end credits from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier to Captain America. It would have been kind of cool if they would have done Captain America and the White Wolf. That would have been kind of cool.
That would have
been cool to see. But to answer Ash's question, I think me personally, I accepted the fact that Sam was given the shield. And I think the only reason why is because knowing what I know in the comic books, that's exactly what happened. Was I a little bummed out that we weren't going to see like a Winter Soldier Captain America like we saw in the late 90s, early 2000s? Yeah, a little bit, but not a big deal, but just the bits and pieces of seeing Bucky actually holding the shield,
throwing it and shit.
Yeah, throwing it and seeing it in the first Captain America and the Winter Soldier to see that, like, that kind of gave me, like I was content with that.
It gave you what you wanted.
Yeah, it gave me what I wanted without giving me what I wanted. But to see now in the series how it was done, and seeing Bucky grow and the arc that he had, I even more so am excited to see, what the future has for him, because I know Sebastian Stan signed for 9 movies, not including the TV show. So, or I don't know if they
Shit.
if it was altered so that the TV show counted as one movie. Um, but yeah, he signed on for 9, and I think as far as movies wise, he's done 4. He's only done 4 movies.
He's a very charismatic character. I'd
Isn't
love
he,
to see
though?
him. And oh yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah, so
yeah, and that's what I'm excited for, is to see where he goes from there. I mean, if in fact it still sticks with the 9 movies, there's 5 more movies that he can be in, unless they're counting, the series as, a movie.
unless
You know what
it's
I mean?
9 productions, then that's 8 production.
Yeah,
So
true. So if that's the case,
That's
then
cool.
We're at 5, and we get another 4, that
Yeah.
he's going to be in.
And that's going to
So-
go like that, because remember the Robert
Oh, of
Downey
course.
contract, or the what is it, Hugh Jackman's contract? It was like he was supposed to be in 14, and it's like that. We're like, oh man, he's going to do this for the rest of his life, and then he reached the end. So
Cut to 2019.
yeah,
No, 2017, when Logan came out, and there's
fuck. God, I want to rewatch that. Such a good movie.
Logan.
Yeah.
Watch it in black and white. It's dope.
So
Really?
good.
Did you have a question or another comment, Ash? I saw your hand up earlier.
No.
You good? All right. In that case, that concludes our episode. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We appreciate you again. For those of you that stick around to the ending, this is our end credits. This is our chance to tell you once more. Leave us a comment, and we will read at the top of the next episode. Please follow us, subscribe. We have our different channels. We try to drop original content in each of the channels, whether it be TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, or just listen to us through our Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And on that note, we are Comix, and
We are fucking everywhere, bitches.
good night.
Love you.
Good night.